Sauvage EDT, Sauvage EDP, and Sauvage PARFUM. If you are going to start and you're not sure which one you should get, I'd say probably EDT. Basically, the first time I smelled this, I probably only had about 10 different fragrances at that time. This was maybe my second or third order from Fragrance by Canada, I think. And so I had Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male, Acqua di Gio Profumo, La Nuit de Homme, and a bunch of Claiborne scents that I didn't really like that much. So when I got this, I sprayed it onto a suit jacket, and when I smelt it, I was really impressed. A suit jacket seems like an appropriate place for this, although this would be appropriate for a lot of places. But just because of that first memory, it seems like a good, it's a pretty simplistic smell. Here, let me just smell it here quick. The opening is really actually kind of addictive. It's pretty sweet, but it doesn't change too much. When it dries down, it does change a little bit. It's not quite as sweet, but it's like this buzzing almost. It's just this. Maybe that's the ambroxan, but it's like buzzing. It's like kind of. Oh, one other thing, it slightly reminds me of, which isn't all that pleasant, and it doesn't smell exactly like it. It just gives me the impression is if you walk by a house and the dryer's running and you can smell the exhaust coming out, and they're using maybe a bounce sheet in there. This kind of has that sensation to me. But it's not in a bad way. Well, it seems like this one, that sensation is not as intense as in this one, which makes this a little bit smoother. It's possibly a little bit sweeter. Yeah, smoother, sweeter, without as much of the, it isn't really a harsh sensation, but I guess you could maybe call it, it reduces the harshness of that dryer duct kind of a sensation. This might be, it's hard to say. You might want to actually get this one first. Eau de Parfum. Those two are fairly similar. This one, it's I would say you get none of the dryer vent type of sensation, and it's really sweet. Yeah, it's extremely sweet. Almost excessively sweet. When you smell it, it doesn't... You can see where they're still similar, but it's so much more... It's so much to an extreme that these two aren't all that similar. I guess these two would be a little closer, but this is over by itself, basically. I haven't tried the elixir. I'm assuming from what I hear that it's also going to be by itself over here. This is just a little refillable travel spray I got when I bought the eau de parfum. Usually, actually, I mix a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one in here. Okay, couple similar scents. People say that Prada is similar to Sauvage. I can see where they're coming from, but it doesn't replace it at all. This is quite a bit different. When you smell Prada, let's see. Oh yeah, with Prada, the dry down is the most amazing thing on Prada. Prada, what is this? Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Yeah, when I just sprayed it there, I smelled the lavender, and the citrus is probably the most noticeable right off the bat. And once it dries down, it takes this, basically the drier kind of sensation of the Sauvage. This has that same type of sensation, but which is maybe why people say that they're similar. But the result has a lot more lavender, I think, which makes the dry down on this one, it grabs your attention a little more than Sauvage maybe. But on my nose, I prefer Sauvage. This one is a little bit too harsh for me, actually. And then over here I got another one that's sometimes, it's another blue fragrance, I guess. I haven't really tested out the Chanel blue fragrances, so I can't really say too much about that. But Dylan Blue, it's sweet. It doesn't have the drier vent sensation like Prada. It's mostly sweet, smooth. It's a little more, well, in my opinion, it's a little more, what would the word be? Flamboyant, maybe? Like excessively sweet, possibly. It probably would be more like the Parfum, but not as high quality. For the sweetness, the amount of sweetness, it's similar to the Parfum, but the quality of this Parfum is noticeably different than Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue would be like a cheaper version, which is nice. But I hope my review helped you out if you're making a decision between these fragrances here. Me personally, yeah, like I said, I usually mix these two, so I guess these two are my favorites. Take care.